While most countries chase money and progress, Bhutan quietly chose a different path. This tiny Himalayan kingdom believes happiness matters more than wealth. In the 1970s, Bhutan's king introduced a powerful idea that surprised the world with gross national happiness over gross domestic product. Sounds peaceful, right? Let's explore why and how. A country that thinks differently about success. In the 1970s, Bhutan chose happiness over money by introducing gross national happiness, also known as GNH, instead of focusing on gross domestic product. This idea became law in 2008, making the government responsible for people's well-being, nature, and culture. GNH focuses on fair growth, environmental care, cultural protection, and honest governance. With over 70% forest cover, Bhutan absorbs more carbon than it produces. Rooted in Mahayana Buddhism, the country values kindness and balance. Bhutan's stunning natural beauty also plays a big role in this idea, showing that true wealth isn't always about money. Now we are ready to explore some such beauties for you. The famous hike to Tiger's Nest, Parotaktsang, better known as Tiger Nest Monastery. If there's one place in Bhutan that everyone dreams of visiting, this is it. Built into the side of a cliff over 10,000 feet high, the only way to reach it is by hiking 5 miles through pine trees and fluttering prayer flags. The path is steep, and yes, it gets tiring, but the view at the top is something you'll never forget. According to legend, Guru Rinpoche, the man who brought Buddhism to Bhutan, flew here on the back of a tigress. That's why it's called Tiger's Nest. But the real magic isn't in the story, it's in the silence, the calm, and the way the monastery seems to float in the sky. It's a peaceful, powerful, and deeply spiritual place. Phobjikha Valley. Phobjikha Valley is one of the quietest and most beautiful places in Bhutan. It's also home to a very special bird, the black-necked crane. These rare birds fly in from Tibet during the winter and are considered sacred in Bhutan. When the cranes arrive, the local people celebrate with a festival. There's even a belief that the birds fly in circles above a nearby monastery before they land, almost like they're giving thanks. To keep the valley safe for these birds, Bhutan buried power lines underground so the cranes wouldn't get hurt. That's the kind of care you'll find here. People live in simple homes and farm the land, all while respecting the nature around them. It's a small example of how Bhutan brings its environmental beliefs to life, living gently with the world, not against it. Buddha Dordenma. High above the city of Thimphu sits the Buddha Dordenma, a huge golden statue of the Buddha. At 169 feet tall, it's hard to miss. But it's not just about size, it's about meaning. This statue was completed in 2015 and fulfills an ancient prophecy. It said that building a large Buddha here would bring peace and blessings not just to Bhutan, but to the whole world. And here's something fascinating. Inside the statue are 125,000 smaller Buddha statues. Each one is carefully placed and beautifully made. It shows how even in modern times, Bhutan holds on to its spiritual roots. While cities grow and the world changes, the country still leads with heart and faith. Bumthang Valley and Jakadzong. Bumthang Valley is often called the spiritual heart of Bhutan. This peaceful region is filled with old temples and stories that go back hundreds of years. At the center of it all is Jakadzong, also known as the Castle of the White Bird. Sitting on a high ridge, it watches over the valley with quiet strength. The valley isn't loud or flashy. It's calm, reflective, and full of history. Walking through these monasteries feels like stepping into the past. You'll hear soft chanting, smell incense in the air, and see monks in deep meditation. It's a reminder of how deeply religion and tradition are woven into Bhutanese life. Haa Valley. Haa Valley feels like Bhutan in its purest form. Until 2002, no foreigners were even allowed to visit. So when you arrive, it feels like a hidden treasure. The valley is watched over by 3 sacred hills called Rigsum Goempa. These hills are believed to represent powerful protective deities. You'll see traditional stone and wood houses, small farming villages, and people who live closely with nature and each other. Life here moves slowly, and that's the beauty of it. In Haa, the values of community and nature aren't just ideas, they're everyday life. It's a living example of how Bhutan's social and environmental values work together in real life. Kichu Lakang. While Tiger's Nest is the most famous, Kichu Lakang might be the most meaningful. Built in the 7th century, it's one of the oldest temples in Bhutan. There's a legend that 108 temples like this were built in one day to hold down a giant demoness who was blocking the spread of Buddhism. Whether or not you believe the story, stepping into this temple feels like entering another world. The floors are worn from centuries of prayer, the air smells of incense and butter lamps. It's not big or grand, but it has something deeper, an old, calm energy that you can feel as soon as you walk in. Royal Manus National Park. If you want to see Bhutan's love for nature in action, go to Royal Manus National Park. It's the oldest protected area in the country and home to an incredible mix of wildlife from tigers and elephants to rare birds and even one-horned rhinos. But what makes this place different is that people live here too, around 5,000 of them. They don't fight nature, they live with it. These local communities help protect the park and are involved in ecotourism. They show the world that you don't have to destroy nature to live in it. You can protect it, respect it, and be part of it. After seeing these places, you might realize that in Bhutan, success isn't just about money. It's about how you live, treat others, and care for the world around you. Happiness here isn't random, it's planned, protected by laws, guided by leaders, and lived every day. It makes you wonder, what if we measured life by peace, purpose, and joy instead of bank balances? Maybe Bhutan's way isn't so unusual after all. Maybe it's exactly what we've been missing. If you enjoyed exploring Bhutan's beautiful places and unique happiness philosophy, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos.